All right, our next question comes from John. John says, I have heard you say that we should not offer a free trial out of the gate. I'm not sure if you heard me say that, or if you did, I misspoke. When is the right time to start offering a free trial? Okay, so what you may have heard me say, I don't know if I said that. If I did say that, tell me where it is so I can go delete the way I said it. You should offer a free trial out of the gate. It's the best way to get people in. There is an argument. There is an argument for offering a quarterly deal as a beta program, right? Or a really, really special low ticket discount as a beta program. So like, let's say your membership's $100 and you really need to get, let's see, in one of your podcast episodes, you mentioned the free trial didn't convert well. That might have been for something else. I'm not sure what it was for. Anyway, I probably did not know what I was talking about, and I need this episode, sleuths. All right, Flipped Lifestyle fans, go tell me what I did. I want the context. I'm not sure I believe you people. So tell me. Go in there and tell me what it is. Okay, so let me run through what the free trial's for. I'm going to break down the free trials, and maybe we'll come up with some scenarios where I probably would have said, don't do a free trial. All right, so here's why you offer a free trial. One, it's probably the price of least resistance in your community. It's probably the easiest way to get people to kick the tires and test out your membership community. Okay, so that's why we use a free trial. There's two reasons why free trials work so well. Free trials work really well if people don't trust you, right? Like they don't know you very well. Maybe they're new to your brand. Maybe they're new to your email list. Maybe they just don't know you really well. If they don't trust you, they work really well because it lets them get to know you without any risk. Okay. The second reason free trials work so well is because they don't understand the process, right? So your free trial in that first 30 days must do those two things. It must build trust and explain the process, not teach them everything, but just explain to them what's happening. Okay, that's how you get people to renew at the end of the free trial. Free trials do not convert well in some niches. Okay, if your membership is under $100, a free trial is probably the way to go. Okay, so if you're charging less than $100 a month, it's probably going to work. In some markets, 20% or less, you need to have more money on the table to convince the buyer, the audience, to grow. So that might be what you're talking about here. We might have found a niche that we talked about where a free trial wasn't the best idea. For example, a great example of this is a Flip Your Life community member named Blair. Blair's website is called farmerpreneuracademy.com. You can go check it out. She sells to pharmacists. Most of her list knows her because she's an influencer in her space. So she already has the trust thing. She doesn't have to worry about that, right? Most people in her audience understand what she's trying to do. She tries to add services to a pharmacy. So they don't need the free trial to know that. And most pharmacists don't lack money. They lack time. And they don't have time to kick around a free trial. They want to pay their way in and go. So for her, a free trial didn't work well, okay? Now, launches, free trials will work well, but launches need a better filter most of the time. You really need people who are kind of committed and people who pay attention. So let's say I have a membership that's $100 a month. It might be a better idea in a beta group to open your membership and say, I'm going to have 20 founding members that will only pay $25 a month forever instead of $100 a month at launch. So that's going to get you a much higher quality of beta member. That's going to get people who are going to be around for a while because they've got this founding rate. And that's probably an argument for your first beta group to probably have that. That's going to allow you to work on your systems before you start flooding people in on free trials, and it's going to get you to do that. So I'll back up here. In the beta example, or in a more high-end membership example where people already know you, trust you, and already understand your process, it might be beneficial not to have a free trial. But that's very specific cases. That's only at launch and only on those certain kinds of memberships, which is maybe 15 to 20% of all memberships out there. Okay, so I hope that clears that up. So the beta example, okay, I'm more on board with it than when I started because I was confused and I didn't understand the context. But that's a good example of a beta launch. Now, maybe beta 2, your second cohort gets it, but after that, I'm opening the doors forever as least resistance as possible. Because if I can get 1,000 people to join and 20% of them stay every month, I'm getting 200 free trials a month that convert. And I'll take that. I mean, anybody would take that, right? You take 200 free new members a month, right? So your goal is to push people in as fast as possible, keep as many as you can through onboarding, and then create long-term value in your membership. But those are, I'll concede, I've talked myself into it. Those are two examples. The beta group is a good example of when not to offer a free trial, only because you want a higher quality of person to help you sort out the mess. So it's good. All right, so that makes sense. All right, so I hope that answers your question. That wasn't too rambling. I had to work through that myself in my brain. I've done hundreds of podcasts. I can't always remember the exact episode. So it's that people do this to me all the time. They're like, you said once. What did that mean? And I'm like, I have no idea where I was, who I was talking to. I talk a lot. So I hope that answered your question, John. That's good stuff. All right. In general, I do want to make sure everyone understands that you should have a free trial and you should be promoting it heavily for the most part of your membership. And I hope that these outside cases don't, pollute my opinion on how awesome free trials are and how well they work. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think I saw a success story. All right. This is kind of cool. All right. So Joe writes, I don't have a question, but I just wanted to thank you guys for the encouragement to start my homeschooling podcast and inspiring the title, The Passionate Homeschooler. I remember talking about this. Just released the 13th episode last week, and it had 400% higher downloads because my guest had a huge network herself and linked the interview in her network. Joel, I don't know what you think that is a success story, but that is a huge success story, releasing a podcast. And someone in the community said, whoa, we're a homeschool family, found our new podcast. So you got a new fan hanging out there in the community. And man, that is a way to take action, get 13 episodes out and 400% higher downloads. That's incredible. See, you're putting in the work, you're being consistent, prolific, relentless. You're telling your listener who you're wanting to talk to, and people are paying attention. That is a huge success story, Joel. So standing ovation for Joel for taking action and launching it. You know how many people want to launch a podcast and don't, and you did it. That's awesome. All right, cool. Hey, y'all, Shane Sams here from the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast and flippedlifestyle.com. My wife, Jocelyn, and I are former school teachers who figured out how to make our entire living on the internet. Now we help other families do the same. Thank you so much for listening to today's featured online business question from a real member of the Flip Your Life community. I hope that you enjoyed today's show and that it helped you get unstuck and take your next steps in your online business journey. Have you ever had a question about online business, making money online, or becoming an internet entrepreneur? My wife, Jocelyn, and I have helped thousands of people start, build, and grow their own online businesses and create stable, predictable, recurring revenue for their family. We would love to help you and your family too inside of the Flip Your Life community. Each month, we host live members-only Q&As where we help you get unstuck and move closer to your family's dream. We would love to see you on our next Q&A inside of the Flip Your Life community. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free. That's flippedlifestyle.com/FREE. And you can sign up for a 30-day free trial to the Flip Your Life community. That's going to give you access to every single course, every single community forum, and 2 member calls every single month where you can come and ask questions live. That's flippedlifestyle.com/free. Go sign up for your free trial today. That's all I've got today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode of the Q&A with S&J. Tell us what you think about today's show in the comments or go leave us a 5-star review. And tune in every single week for the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast, where we help a real member of the Flip Your Life community one-on-one, and then we air that conversation live for everyone to hear. Remember, all you need is 100 people to pay you $50 a month to make $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. That's enough money to flip your life and change your family future. Until next time, get out there, take action, and do whatever it takes to flip your life. We'll see you then.